Hi folks, welcome back to another Baggins International video. Today I just thought I would show you a clip, or a few clips, of a bit of an adventure I had with Ginger Chaos the other day around Mount Gordo. So we'd taken the 4x4s up here, using the Karin Rebel 4x4 that many of you may have seen in the Urban Off-Road video. If you haven't seen that video, it's well worth having a look. It's an incredible in-city race. And Ginger Chaos has brought a short wheelbase Sandking, so minimal modifications as well. So testament to him that he manages to get round most of this without difficulty. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video is really to highlight the scenery and the next generation elements of GTA 5 online. And I really do believe it's one of the finest open world maps or open world games that's available at the moment, or has ever been made available. So this is right up in the northeast corner of the Los Santos and Blaine County area, and is accessible by car, or bring a helicopter up here by all means. So we've got to a certain point. There's a little lagoon here, marked not with any name on the map, but we'll call it Lagoon 1 for lack of inspiration and thought in terms of another name. But it's really nice to sort of swim through here, and as you come out the other side, the view back down over Grapeseed is absolutely spectacular, so we'll get there in a moment. And this swimming element on GTA 5, especially in the next generation, is really come on a step as well. The dampness of the water, the air bubbles, and all of those things just featuring together, and the light that glistens on top of the water. Again, really well worth taking into account for those people that maybe never played this game or are looking to play it again, or for those that have played it for so long they've just forgotten to appreciate the finer things. Anyway, so I got to this point here. I'm looking for a synchronise button like on Assassin's Creed, but unfortunately there isn't one. Different game. But again, if you check back, there's an Assassin's Creed viewpoint capture video available on Baggins International, worth to have a look. Of course, mandatory RPG off the top there, just to sort of have a look at the draw distances and to see how far we go. That was incredibly tempting not to shoot Ginger Chaos straight off the edge of the cliff there, but he's glad that I haven't. Now, one of the things we've noticed on the new update, see the detail in that car on the roads disappeared. Now, I understand that Rockstar are looking into this, but I came up here maybe a couple of months ago around sort of Christmas time. Actually, I came up here on the snow day, and on that day, on one of those snow days, I was looking down and you could see all of the detail of the cars. So there is something, or something has changed there, and I hope that they get back to sorting that out, because those sort of dark shapes are not really what you want to see. You want to be able to see the cars, the drivers, etc., as you did used to be able to. So we'll pop back into the water, have a little bit of a swim. Nice underwater stroke that Baggins has got there, and a little bit of front crawl up to the edge of the shoreline. Again, the wrinkles? No, the ripples on top of the water there, absolutely delightful. The way the sun glimpses off them. That'll do. We'll go with that. Anyway, so you can see the way the water ripples. It's really nice. Anyway, I've decided it's far too warm for a helmet, so I think I'm going to whip that off and do the rest of the adventure from there. I'm just having a quick cigarette whilst we wait for Ginger Chaos to get off the side of that mountain. Not really sure what he was doing up there. He's going to be very careful there. Very slippery shoes on that bank side. Anyway, we're going to hop back in the trucks and we'll continue round the east side of Mount Gordo. Now this will bring us into view of the sea, and we'll be able to look down over the lighthouse a bit later on, and out to sea and check out some of the scenery down there. Now again, some of the level of detail in this, especially around the sort of the trees, is really spectacular. You know, someone's gone to the effort of putting in dead trees, lightning struck trees where you know all sorts of different varieties of foliage as well. You know, and in an area which most people, you know, they're not really going to bother coming down here. There's not much that brings you around this part of the map, which is one of the reasons I particularly like it. It's a bit of a challenge for a bit of a green laning off-road day, and it does get quite narrow. Now it's ideal for the Karin 4x4, especially in this trim with the sort of space frame rear section, full Dakar spec. But not so good for the short wheelbase Sandking. Now I may have held up I may have held up Ginger Chaos there, and he may now have got that stuck. So, unlike in Top Gear, where we leave people behind, on this particular one, I'm going to go back and just at least have a look. And you know, if he is genuinely stuck, a sticky bomb may. Ooh, that is. He's gone up there. He's mounted the fence. Not really. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm not sure I helped there at all. Anyway, so I think through a little element of full power, he's managed to unjam that from the fence, and away we go. Now this section is mostly downhill. We've done the uphill section to the first lagoon there, and you'll understand if you do, you know, decide to take on this little road trip yourselves. That is particularly steep, and you know, there's a nice scout camp up there. You know, there's all sorts of bits and pieces that you can sort of get involved with on the way up to the top. Now we're mostly coming down here, and I know this is sort of going up again, but it doesn't go up much. We'll mostly come back down, pretty much all the way down to sea level, and it sort of, as I say, links into the lighthouse section of the map, which I'm sure most people will be familiar with, and if not, you should definitely go and have a visit because it's lovely. Anyways, I thought I would just stop here and just double check that Ginger C doesn't get stuck in. Oh no, he's done all right there, no problem at all. You know, the Sand King is a very capable vehicle, and since they sorted out the 4x4 element of a lot of these cars, if you can get a proper 4x4 vehicle, the climbing ability and the stability is really quite something. And if you haven't got one in the garage, I would strongly recommend going out and finding one of these. I particularly recommend the Karin 4x4 because it is really something else. I'm not really sure what happened there with the Sand King. It looked like it lost traction and nearly fell off the edge of the mountain. And we do have to be careful of that. Now we've just pulled up here. There's another little watering hole. I guess this is more of an infinity pool. It looks out over the sea, and it's, you know, really rather pleasant on a day like today. There's the sun is shining. Sand King's kicking dirt into the pond. You know, it's all going off. It's all very, very pleasing, and you know, very happy there in a full suit, just paddling around, treading water, whilst Ginger Chaos takes a little Snapmatic photograph for us there. Incidentally, a lot of the Snapmatic photos are now available on the Baggins International Google Plus page, so if you're at a loose end and you want to have a look through the gallery, then feel free. There's some really nice photography in there, collection from most of the crew, so keep your eyes out for that. Anyway, so we'll tackle the final sort of tricky section that brings us really right up to the edge of the sea, and will bring us back down quite steeply now towards the lighthouse area. And then obviously once you get to there, it's just a very, very short drive back into Grapeseed, and you can pick up the main road. So I'm really not, got to be careful not to flip it down that gap. I have lost a car through there before, and it doesn't come back, it's just straight into the sea. And that is the only risk really with green laning in this area, because if you do lose a car, you're not going to get your mechanic to drop it off just locally. You tend to have to call in a helicopter from Merryweather, and with their endless supply of pilots, go and collect your car from the main road. But anyway, fortunately we haven't lost one on this particular trip. As I come down here, you'll see again more foliage. I'm picking up the pace of it just to sort of get us through. And this, careful, really does bring us all the way down to sea level here. There's a little beach there, ideal for picnics or secluded evenings with a bottle of red wine. Perhaps even one of those tray barbecues with a nice pack of quality sausages. Anyway, as we pull up here, we come to a small secluded campsite. You can see the lighthouse in the distance, so those of you who have been following through will know roughly where we are. And we'll pull up here, we'll just take a stop, and I think this will be roughly the end of the video. We'll come up on these chaps here that are obviously on some sort of stag do or some sort of recreational water sports holiday, difficult to say. Smoking some rather, you know, unusual cigarettes there, but less said about that the better. Anyway, less said about the next sort of couple of seconds the better. Some sort of incident with a flare in a tent and so on and so forth. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hope you guys check back for some more Baggins International content soon. Thanks a lot, bye.